What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys, and today I have a review of the Mattel Hammond Collection Dimetrodon. That's right, my zillions. We have the little doggy kaiju. I don't know, that's what Ultrazilla Jr. likes to call it. And I'm very excited about this because you know what? This was one of my favorite dinosaurs when I was a kid. I don't know if it's a dinosaur. Some people say it's not a dinosaur. I call it a dinosaur because guess what? It was around when the dinosaurs were around. So I'm going to call it a dinosaur. Hey, you know what? When you learn stuff as a kid, that's the stuff that stays with you. And anyway, I always liked this guy. I always liked to sail. Ever since I was a kid, like I said, you know, this is cool. This is a cool one to get. It's one of the smaller ones. I got this guy at Target. Found him at Target. I've seen him a bunch of times at Target since I found him, so I guess he's out there now. I haven't seen Velociraptor Blue, though. I believe I saw Owen. Don't care for the humans. Might as well not be there. And obviously, we reviewed the Carnotaurus to end last year. One of the last reviews of the year, or the last few weeks of the year. Didn't make it to my best of the year. No Hammond Collection did, unfortunately. That's in stark contrast to the year before, but it was a good figure, and it was the best of the line. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. Here we have the Dimetrodon. Looking pretty cool in a very cool Hammond Collection box. So without further ado, let's get this review. And here is the Dimetrodon out of the package. And let's do articulation first. The tail, which you have to attach, spins around like that. Oh, and I guess I didn't attach it good, so maybe we'll do it again. These things are all keyed, so you got to find the proper way to go. And sometimes it makes a nice little click if you get it right. Can't seem to get it right this time. This is like the third time I've tried to put this in. I don't know why. It's giving me a bit of a hard time this time. I don't know. Oh, wait. I think I got it. Anywho, tail moves on that joint, and then the rest of it does have a bendy wire, which is cool. And then back here, you have a little bit of outward movement, and it goes back and forth. And then you have a hinge there, and it swivels. Hinge at the foot, and it swivels. On the front legs, you do have outward movement on a hinge there, and it goes back and forth. Then you have the hinge swivel there. And nothing actually in these front legs. So the back legs, you actually do get movement with a hinge too, but not the front legs. And I think that's actually a little bit different than some of the other figures. I don't think all of them have that, but, you know, hey, that's pretty good. And if they do, I can't remember right now. Then you have a hinge at the neck, and it turns. It's pretty decent. And then you have the jaw articulation, which is fine as well. And taking a look at this little guy, well, he's a little guy, but he's cool. I always liked how these looked. Very, very nice sail. I don't know. Yeah, he is kind of like a little dog, you know? But the sail is really nice. It's like a soft plastic, but it's not like super soft. I do like the color. It's like a nice deep orange, and then you got like gray streaks or you know, kind of like swirly streaks. I don't know. They look really cool. I like it. Very organic, you know, going across it. Really nice shape. And there is a little bit of a feeling, because of the way it's done, that it's like gradiating upwards, even though it really isn't. But nice texture, like on the sculpt. I do dig it. And as you can see, that extends to these little ones here, which is not a soft plastic. It's part of the regular plastic. But it's painted, you know, fairly the same. I feel like the shade is a little bit different. It's just a matter of the material taking the paint a little bit differently is what happens there. But overall, I think it's pretty good. And I love you guys that have been watching all my GXK reviews. You'll know what I'm talking about here. But this is the way you do it. Look at this. You have this nice, like, dark, almost black. It's like the gray. It's kind of like a dark gray. I think it's actually probably, similar color to this because it's blended inwards. But that is shading the entire side of the sail, and it even goes up a little bit there, and then it goes down into the tail. That adds so much, and like the GXK figures that we've been reviewing, I've been complaining about that it should have a little bit of shading, across a lot of the figures like dorsal fins and stuff. It would work a long way. But this is, it's a smaller figure, but it's in Mattel's more collector dinosaur line. So you would figure this is going to have more paint than, what's basically a basic figure from Playmates. And that's good. It should have it. But I love all these little bumps here, like kind of like osteoderms, but like more, I don't know if that's exactly what you would call these because they're so like far apart, but yeah, I guess so. They look really good. I do like them, little armor bits, basically. And you do get them on the tail as well. The tail's got a nice shape to it. It feels good. I love their bendy wire, and I like that they don't even, have to put the holes in them. I think it works pretty... Oh, there's a hole right there. A little bit of a hole right there. It's like the breathing hole. So maybe that's the only one, but... Or that could just be a break or something. I don't know. I guess maybe it's not. I'm not sure. But, there is a little hole there. But overall, the sculpt is pretty good on the tail. Then you got some nice folds and wrinkles here along the rib cage. On the bottom, it's painted. They've come a long way from the bad paint on the bottoms of the figures. I mean, it's simple paint still, but man, remember those early figures? Whoo-wee! Not good. That was like the biggest downfall of the line. I got a little excess paint here that looks like it was paint from the sail, or it could be blood. I don't know. But I do have it. The figure is done in a green, and it's gradated really well from this kind of yellow eggshell color into that green. Really, really nicely done. Really, really nice. The legs look very good. You got more paint down here at the feet. See, it's a little bit orange at the feet, which is interesting. A lot of feet actually look pretty decent. But yeah, there's a little bit of orange at the feet for whatever reason. This one took it a little more. Maybe that's where this came from. But overall, really nice sculpt at the legs. I do feel like this foot looks discolored. You know what? You do have that same kind of copperish color in there. So I guess that's intentional. Odd, but intentional. These feet are different though in the front, so that's interesting. And they got little scooties too. But decent sculpt. He looks musculature. He looks muscled. Muscled. He looks like he has muscles. But yeah, this foot definitely has more orange. For whatever reason, mine, they went nuts on the orange there. He stepped on something. But yeah. Then the neck looks pretty good. Again, we got this extra sculpt here. I think the face is pretty good. The eyes are done like in a gold, it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, there's gold, but there's a pupil in there as well. That's pretty good. It's pretty small. I think the pupil's just done with a hole, so they didn't have to paint it. I think they just poked in there. Let's see this side. Yep, that's exactly what they did. That's not a bad call. Because it still ends up looking like what it's supposed to look like. So that's pretty good, I gotta say. The eye ridge looks real nice. Top of the head looks real nice. Some decent paint there. Then inside the mouth, oh boy. The tongue is done decently. The roof of the mouth, and then the teeth are in that usual color, which is totally fine. But really good sculpt on the head overall. Got more of those osties around, so... Pretty good. It's a good looking Dimetrodon figure. I do like it. It's more accurate. It's not like the old school kind of look for them. It's along the lines, but it's a little bit different. I feel like the old ones and the illustrations had like giant sails. But I think this is good enough. It it satisfies my need for one of these in the collection. Like I said, always really liked this particular dinosaur. Yes, I'm calling it a dinosaur. You could call it whatever you want. I don't know the proper terms, and I don't care. It's a dinosaur to me, no matter what you say. But yeah, it's a good little piece. And for size comparisons, instead of just bringing out Hammond Collection stuff, and I have a couple in there, I figured let's do something different this time and bring in a bunch of other dino-like figures and Suko that you might have in your collection. And my final thoughts for my first Hammond Collection figure of 2024, the Dimetrodon, is pretty cool. It's a nice little figure. I like it. It's a dino I like. It's got some, a couple little paint quirks, I think, on one of the legs, but otherwise, it's pretty decent. It's a nice little figure. Now, at the top, I did mention the Carnotaurus, and it wasn't in this video, but how that was like the best of last year, and yet it still didn't get on my tops of the year. I'll be very curious to see how Hammond Collection does this year, because the first year, they blew me away. I loved the line. Second year, I really liked the line as well. I still really liked it, except as a total, I wasn't as wowed, and individually, besides the Carno, they failed to even get close to my tops of the year. The Brachio was in there, probably on my initial top 50 list maybe, but then I eliminated that as one of the first things. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be interested. This guy, probably wouldn't make it, but I like it, and that's the thing. I like all of them that I review, so it's one of those things where I'm still gonna collect the line. I still really like it. I still like featuring them here. Always love dinosaurs, and as far as dinos toys go, the Hammond Collection is the line I've deemed for me. This is what I like. A nice articulated dinosaur that looks good. And there you go. This one fills that need nicely. And there you have it. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection, probably with a lot more dinosaurs to come. Till next time, peace out, peeps.